Half-Life Nation, this video is an unboxing of the new Armstrong XPS Mark II. I oftentimes like to just say Mach 2, but it's actually Mark II. Either way is fine with me, but let's go ahead and get into it. I think the question that most of you have is like, is it time to upgrade or is it not? You know, and I would say that if you are on the old A-Wing V1, absolutely time to upgrade. If you're on the A-Wing V2, like, you know, if you're enjoying it and you're having fun, you know, you can stay with it. But I think it's probably time to make your way up. If you're on the XPS, like what's right here behind me, and you're just getting a few days a year, you know, I don't know, you might want to just stay with that. I think the biggest visible change that you're going to see when I pull this out of the box is the fact that Armstrong came with these interchangeable handles and boom. I don't think I have a boom in here, but we certainly will have the handles. And I think, you know, as a rule of thumb with the Armstrong stuff, it is that there hasn't been an instance where a new product has come out and the boys have not been thinking about it, you know, and it almost always, almost every time, is going to be improvement over the product that they had before. So this is the bag that they went with when they went to the XPS. I found it to be pretty good. This one's a little bit different, a little less top heavy. They moved the straps up further on the bag, and I think that's a good thing. Typically, when you get an Armstrong wing, there's going to have the wrist leash is right in here. I typically never use that because I like the waist leash. But I do take the little donkey thing off the top of this and I leave it on the wing so that I always have it there. So inside of this, I can see already that we have the new handles. Now, boom versus no boom. It's a debate that's gone back as far as, well, winging's not that old, so not that far. I was a long-time windsurfer. I had to have a boom when I was windsurfing, and then I went to kiting. You obviously have the bar. I actually wanted to stay away from a boom, but there's a lot of loyalists who actually love to have the boom. And a lot of times that when you're riding with the boom, people are saying like being able to hold it one hand as they're riding. Typically, I just go to that leading edge handle, but I get it. Or you can kind of grab it and do it. Now, these are the new handles. They're pretty light. Looks like this one is the front because it says it's the front, and since this one doesn't say the back, I'm assuming this is the back. And so, you know, a couple things. This is lightweight. There's grip on it, so you can grab it. Feels pretty comfortable, you know, in the hand. Let's see what else is in here. It's like they wrapped it. Thank you, Army, for the birthday present. You know, wrapped really nicely. We'll just take that off. Okay, a couple things about this. I'll pump it up here in a second, but you know, Armstrong has stayed with this cross panel design they did here and here. I think it's going to be easier for you to see it once I pump it up. So hold on one second. Now with this new airframe, and that's kind of what they call the general shape of it, they've actually increased the PSI. So on this one here, leading edge on the XPS, the prior generation, 7 PSI is what you do here. On this airframe, 8 PSI on the leading edge, and it looks like it's going to go 9 PSI on the strut. I actually really like the Armstrong pumps. There's other good ones out there. Pick whatever you like, but make sure there's a pretty accurate gauge. It gives me more comfort when I'm going a long way from shore. Then I'm going to have the amount of pressure in there. Now it looks like they're staying with the same connection points, the valves here, which is good because I actually really liked Armstrong's a lot. Let's look at handles first. You can see here, as I go to put it on, there's a little connection point here that's saying, hey Tim, put it here. So, oh, Interesting. Apparently, I need to put these handles on before I inflate. Now they have a strap system on here, super reinforced with strong material. Shouldn't give me a problem. The it looks like this can go either way, and all I'm doing here is there's a little hole, and it fits right over that section. So I put this in under that. No tool required. I'm gonna do the back one first. It goes in like that. I gotta kind of work that just a little bit to bring that over. Now, for me, it can store with or without handles. I'll probably store with handles. I'm assuming that I'm gonna be a handle guy versus a boom guy, but hey, you know what? We can see how life goes. Okay, let me repump up this middle. I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh, sweet. Gust of wind's coming. You can tell a couple things about this. These handles feel pretty good. I know with Armstrong they position them really well. And you can see a couple things in terms of the differences. Here, if I hold it right here, you'll notice a couple things about this wing. One, Armstrong down here has stayed with this cross panel. This cross panel design is something that they took from sailboat racing, and it gives them just a little extra strength and stability. One of the unique things that I found with Armstrong versus some of the other wings that I've ridden is it spills tremendously well. And so if you're in gusty conditions up and down, in the light wind, it holds power. When you get overpowered, it spills really steadily. You know, some wings, you get overpowered, it's like, oh, and you're all over the place. Armstrong, I'm able to hold pretty well. Now, in the canopy, in addition to that, they go ahead and use this, I'm not sure exactly how to say this, I think it's Teijn, T-E-I-J-N D3 material. I think is one of the best in the industry, and that material is really kind of giving you a lot of stability as it gets hit with wind. Other thing that they did, check out right here. If you compare this, I'm gonna give you a couple different angles. Here's the side angle. Notice that bend that is in that, and I'll show you the old XPS in a second. That is designed so that when you're going upwind and you're pulling in, it's giving you a better arm position to reduce the fatigue on it. I think that's pretty clever. Let me show you what it looked like with the old XPS. This one here, first vertical. This one's wet because I was just out on it. Wow, you know, if you look at this, it's much straighter. Here's the side view. There's a very gentle bend, you know, and so if I compare these two side by side, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see a little bit of the different bend. I think the other thing that you'll notice is they went a little bit more lower aspect with the new Mark II, and what that's going to do with this airframe is going to give you more stability, even more stability and power control. And so this airframe shape, what they did is they put this double bend, and that's going to give you a good upwind angle. But you know, they're just looking for stability, gust management, and speed. And look at this. Hi. The windows. You know, this is my Armstrong back here. Then you can see this material that they use in the windows. This is TPU. I've had this wing and I've used it for a couple years. No degradation to the clarity of the window. It's not turning yellow or anything else. It's not all cracked out. And you know, believe it or not, I do believe when you're riding, I look through there. It is a safety issue. You want to make sure that you have riders around. You know, if you don't have good windows, you're doing this, you kind of see what's up. If you got a good window, you can look here. Sometimes just lift it up and look out the window in the bottom. This handle system here, I haven't seen the boom yet. The boom will ship to me very shortly. I think the boom probably goes from here to here. My guess is I'll stay with the handles, but that's just me. But it's nice that you can do this without tools. Just you saw how easy it was to put in the straps. Down here, Armstrong stand with their carbon battens. They slip in right there. And you know, I tend to, Armstrong might not like this, I don't know, but I tend to just put them in there and then I leave them in there. And so take a look at this. There's your lower aspect canopy. Let me compare this to the old one. These are basically the same size. This one's 4.6. Oh, you can tell already with the size of the front, the leading edge. On the old 4.6, a little bit thicker. Let's go ahead and switch these over. Just have them sitting there. You can see 4.5's coming in a little bit more narrow by laying beside. Not tremendous difference. They did a little bit more stitching there. They figured out how to do that with the strength here. Zipper if you have to do a replacement on it. The most notable difference, you know, when you're looking at this is really the center strut. I think is the biggest. They continue, and obviously the handles. They continue to improve. And so I hope this review is helpful. I would hop out and get in the water right now, but the wind just died. We will get some riding footage on this. Please subscribe, hit that bell, get notifications. Please, it helps us out. Sign up for our newsletter so you get the news. If you don't buy these from us, it's okay. We still love you here at the Half-Life Nation, but buy some merch. Pick up a hat, sign up for our newsletter, help us out a little bit so we can keep doing videos. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. We will probably on Instagram follow up with some riding reviews, or we'll come back with a YouTube short that just confirms what I already know. I was just out winging this 4.6. It's fantastic. Power management, everything is good. It's well balanced. It floats, it trails, it does everything that you need. And I know just from looking at this in comparison to that, this is going to be a step up. You know, it's going to perform every bit as good, but only improve upon it. So this has been a review of the Armstrong XPS Mark II. This one's a 4.5. Their sizing on it, they switched off the 4.6, 5.2, I don't know. And they went 2.5, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5.5, 5.5. And then there's also the light wind, and we've done a review. You can check out the 7.0 light wind review. But these are going to be awesome. I'm really excited. Get out there, have fun. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Here's all our contact information. Thank you so much. Thank you.